How should Christians handle conflict? Conflict is a part of life, even in the church. Wherever people serve together, there will be differences, misunderstandings, frustrations. The problem is not conflict. The problem is how we handle it. Jesus gave us a clear instruction in Matthew 18:15. If your brother or sister has something against you, go and point it out just between the two of you. That means go to the person, not about the person, not around the person, not after talking to others. When we don't follow these, problems grow, confusion increases, relationships are damaged. But when we do, clarity improves, trust is strengthened, unity is protected. At Heights SDA Church, we are choosing to follow a simple process. Speak directly, speak respectfully, communicate clearly, if needed, involve pastoral leadership. Because unity is not automatic, it must be protected. Hello everybody, once again we will continue with our presentations. Today we're talking about how silence does not create peace, truth handled in love does. Passive aggressor is going to be the behavior that we're going to be describing today when indirect communication replaces honest truth. The biblical foundations, we find it in Ephesians 4:15, speak the truth in love. Truth must be spoken clearly, not hidden indirectly. Ephesians 4:25, therefore each of you must put off falsehood and speak truthfully. God calls for honest, direct communication. Proverbs 27:5-6 says, better is open rebuke than hidden love. Hidden communication is not love. It is avoidance in another form. The main objective for this presentation is to help the church recognize indirect communication patterns, understand how hidden frustration damages relationships, and learn to replace indirect behavior with clarity. Respond wisely when others communicate indirectly. Our core message is that indirect communication hides problems. Truth brings clarity and healing. Up to this point, we have seen about the critic who speaks wrongly, about the avoider who says nothing, about the disruptor who influences indirectly, and about the bully who controls directly. Today, we look at something more subtle. When someone communicates but not clearly, they don't stay silent necessarily, but they also don't say what needs to be said. This is the passive aggressor. What is the passive aggressor? Let us talk a little bit more about that. The passive aggressor is someone who has a concern, feels frustration, but does not express it directly. Instead, they express it indirectly, subtly, through tone, behavior, or comments. Often, this person uses sarcasm. The key truth is that the message is there, but it is hidden, it's not clear. Which one I am? Ask yourself honestly, do I avoid saying what I really mean? Do I use sarcasm instead of direct communication? Do I express frustration indirectly? Do I withdraw instead of addressing issues? Do I communicate in ways people have to figure it out or try to know what is it that I'm really trying to say? The key question is this: am I being clear or making people interpret me and hoping that they understand what I mean with what I'm saying? To decode what I'm saying, if you will. 4 common patterns of passive aggression. For example, indirect comments or sarcasm. You could hear comments such as, I guess that's how things are done now. Or, must be nice. Withholding communication, silence instead of clarity, delayed responses, avoiding direct conversations. Hidden criticism, perhaps, comments disguised as humor. You're trying to be funny, but you're actually communicating your frustration. Subtle negative remarks. Non-cooperation, for example, agreeing outwardly but not following through. Emotional withdrawal, pulling away instead of addressing the issues, for example. An important insight is that passive aggression allows frustration to exist without resolution. What is the impact on the church when you're actually operating with this behavior? Passive aggression creates confusion, misunderstanding, frustration, and broken trust. Because people sense something is wrong, but nothing is addressed directly. We're not fixing the problem that way. Over time, relationships weaken, communication becomes unclear, and tensions build. Think about this, for example. Indirect communication protects discomfort, but damages relationships. You don't have to feel uncomfortable about addressing the issue directly, but the relationships are being damaged. We prefer to maintain the relationships through clear communication and respectful communication, of course. What should I do? If this is something that you identify as something that you're dealing with personally, speak clearly and directly. Say what needs to be said and don't hide the message. Don't try to make it interpreted. Just say exactly what it is that you're feeling. Replace sarcasm with truth. Be honest, but be respectful. Address issues early. Don't allow frustration to build. Take responsibility for communication. Ask, am I saying what needs to be said, or am I avoiding it indirectly? Pursue clarity, not assumption. Don't make people guess what you're trying to say. Be clear and honest and respectful. A key principle that we can keep in mind is this one. If it needs to be said, it should be said clearly and in the right way. How to handle passive aggressor. Now, what if you are actually dealing with somebody who is a passive aggressor? Bring clarity into the conversation. Say, can you clarify what you mean? Don't try to interpret what they're saying. Ask them, what is it that you're trying to say? I like us to speak directly about these. Do not respond to indirect communication. Don't engage sarcasm or hints, because you might be misinterpreted, or you might be misinterpreting what the person is trying to say. Seek clarity instead. Invite direct conversation. Let us talk about this openly. What is your concern? Let me know exactly what it is. Stay calm and neutral. Don't react emotionally. Don't mirror indirect behavior. And encourage accountability. Help them move from indirect to direct communication. Number 6, address patterns if needed. If it continues, speak clearly and involve leadership when necessary. A key response principle here will be, we don't interpret hidden messages. We invite clear communication. Let us look at the progression of what we have talked so far. You might be wondering about the overlap, because sometimes some of these behaviors overlap with one another. But I want you to see these clearly. The critic speaks wrongly, and it brings negativity. The avoider stays silent, and so it delays dealing with the issues. The disruptor uses indirect influence to create groups of influence, or to speak out of place, or to exercise authority in ways that are not given to them, bringing confusion. The bully, control is the behavior, wants to control, fix things that are not their responsibility to fix, and exercise authority that they had not been given, and it creates division. The passive aggressor, indirect expression, communicating but not exactly what's wrong, communicating but using humor, communicating but using sarcasm. It builds frustration because we never know how to address an issue that has not been clearly communicated. Final self-check. Ask yourself, am I saying what needs to be said? Am I being clear or indirect? Am I helping resolution, or am I creating confusion? Am I choosing honesty or comfort instead? I want to invite the whole church today to make a commitment. The church commitment is to choose clarity over indirect communication, to choose honesty over hidden messages, to choose direct conversation over assumption, to choose responsibility over avoidance, and finally, to choose unity through truth. One final thought. In a healthy church, we don't hide our concerns behind silence, sarcasm, or indirect communication. We speak truth clearly, respectfully, and in a way that builds unity. May the Lord bless you. May you continue to follow with these presentations and take notes and be built, that our church might continue to be a place where relationships will flourish. May the Lord bless you. Happy Sabbath.